Hi, my name is Lauren and I'm a student at UCA. These are my 10 tips to stay motivated at university. Hope you enjoy. First tip, wake up early. It doesn't have to be super early. I wake up at 7 o'clock, which is like really early for some people, but even just waking up at 9 o'clock before you've got your classes and your lectures, and I find waking up in my halls when everyone else is asleep, it's dead silent and I can really focus my mind rather than thinking, what is that noise, what is that banging? Number 2 is always work at your desk. I always work and do everything productive, even if it's not to do with the uni, even if it's just like me finding Christmas presents, stuff that's going to engage my brain, I do it at my desk because that makes my mind process that sitting at my desk means I need to concentrate and work hard, and instead of like laying in bed, if I do it in bed then you can never sleep and you need your rest, you need your energy. So sitting here helps me to just guide my mind to focus on the work, and that helps me motivate myself. Number 3 is give yourself regular breaks. I like to mix it up every now and then, so I have sometimes I'll do an hour of work, an hour of break, or half an hour of break, and then sometimes I'll do 10 minutes and then a 5-minute break, and do that continuously because it helps me just get my rest I need. I don't want to overload my brain with too much, but it also helps me to get the work done and keep myself on a schedule, which really helps. My next tip is to treat yourself. If I've done a really long day at school, at uni, I'm doing loads of work afterwards, sometimes I like to treat myself to a face mask or just pamper myself, or even if I have the money, which is very rare, I'll go out or buy myself a book or some food or just anything, because treating yourself after you've done your work really helps to make you want to achieve your goals, because when you achieve your goals you get a prize, you get a reward at the end, and that really motivates me. The next one is exercising. Exercising, I know it's expensive to go to the gym. I don't go to the gym, I just have a yoga mat, and basically I just do YouTube videos and just help myself it's not really for keeping in shape, it's more for keeping my mind in shape, because exercise is good for your mental health. And so when I exercise, it helps me just clear my head of all the toxins, it helps me just focus my mind on what I'm doing, which is the workout. And although it's hard and it really does take a lot to get through depending on what you're doing, afterwards I feel great, I feel energized, I feel ready, my mind is completely clear, and that really helps me to sit down and really concentrate on the work that I'm doing. My next one comes hand in hand with the exercising, eating well. Having a balanced diet is really important. Even though I'll eat some bad food, I'll eat some chocolates and sweets, I'm a sucker for snacks. However, eating veg and fruit and healthy foods in moderation, not all the time because that's impossible, but doing that helps to give myself the natural energy I need and the natural pick me up to do the work, because I'll have coffee and that, but when you have sugar you have a sugar rush, but then there's also the low, so after the coffee I'll be buzzing, I'll do all the work, but then after that's the caffeine's come out of my system, I'm just kind of the complete opposite, which makes it no help and I'm not very motivated afterwards. My next tip is keep your social life. Make sure you don't just isolate yourself to your room, because you'll spend a lot of time in your room, especially if you live in halls, but you don't want to just stay in here all the time because you will literally just be sick of it and then you won't be able to do the work. If you go out, even if it's just to the communal kitchen, or if you don't live in halls, go out for a coffee, for a meal, even just go for a walk with some friends, FaceTiming family, going home and seeing family, just doing that and having that break of just being away from the work and allowing yourself to just chill out and speak to people, even if you're speaking to people about your work and getting that all off your shoulders and making yourself relax a bit more. That really helps and gives you that needed break before you carry on with your work. My next tip is quite organisational, so doing to-do lists. I write so many to-do lists all the time and it really helps. I like to write down every single thing I need to do in that day, and I normally highlight the ones which are the most important, the ones that maybe are due the next day, or I need to do them in order to do another task, and I write them all down, and as I'm going through them I can clearly indicate what I need to do, and then I can tick them off, and ticking them off is literally so like stress relieving. It helps because I'm just like tick, 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 and then once you've done all of them you feel like accomplished, which makes you feel good about your studies, and rather than like you feel like you're not getting anywhere. My next tip is to change your style of working. So like for revision, let's say you've learned something in uni, you don't really understand it, or you want to be able to fully grasp it, because you know there's only so much you can learn like in a lecture without speaking, but that's why we have seminars. But I like to do where I look for podcasts, videos, just imagery, and like anything other than just reading text, because although it's good to read text, and I do read a lot of text, especially with my course, however, I read the text, and if I don't get things, I will look it up on YouTube or find a podcast or someone who's made like a diagram or like any form of visual work. I feel that really helps me concentrate my mind rather than being just mental overload of just text and reading, because I love to read in my spare time, but with the amount of reading that I get, sometimes I'm like I don't even want to read. So swapping the reading, or even just alongside the reading with your visuals, really helps. My final tip is to make sure that you stop working at a reasonable hour. So I stop working, sometimes it varies, but like 8 PM is my cut-off where I'm like, right, you need to stop working, because about that time, that's when you want to start relaxing and, you know, chilling out before you go to bed. And I know people go to bed like 1 o'clock, but still I feel like 8 PM is a good time where you can sit down, even if you still sit at your desk, but just watch something or read something, just do anything you want, play games, do whatever, but make sure that you stop working at a reasonable hour, because if you continue to work right up until you go to sleep, you will have restless sleep, your mind will be on overload, you'll be overthinking so much stuff and thinking, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that, and you can't because you're in bed. So if you do that, you could even if it's just writing a plan for what you're going to do tomorrow, put that aside and then just chill out, because that really helps me stay motivated. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I really hope it helped. These are just a few of the tips that I do in my everyday life to keep myself motivated with all the stresses of uni.